My name is Wangui Muthama. I'm from Ruiru, Kiambu, and I think I wear many titles. One, I'm a criminologist. That's what I studied in school. I like having intellectual conversations about perspectives almost on anything. So you'll find me in a talk about anything. I'm also a founder of Stories Nama Youth Series event. It's in Ruiru. We've done it 3 times. What we do is we are articulating youth matters using art so that it can be heard. So we are bringing youths pamoja for social development so they can give their voices on the political, socio-economic aspects of life. I'm also a secretary with the AC Africa. AC Africa is an advocacy and awareness center where we just bring perspective of Pan-Africanism, and we are trying to make sure every voice of the African is heard because we are diverse. So what we do is we do research and then we offer the diverse perspective so that it can help Africa move forward.
We heard you wear so many capes. Yeah? Why did you feel it is important for you to come for this dialogue then?
I think it's important people take this conversation seriously. Unajua wanasemanga life starts at 40, but us as youths, if you do not take this economic conversation seriously, our life is going to begin at 50. All these debts, imagine you haven't found a job by the time you are 30. When are you going to begin to jipanga yourself so that you can move forward? That means you'll have enjoying your life at 50. At 50, they're even asking you to retire at 55. So that means there'll be no time for you to get enough money to retire. So that means us, we will have to work and die while still working. You know, it doesn't make sense. And then, if it is our future really, see, I'm supposed to be part of the voice. I really want my voice to be heard. And as I said in the conference, education is the key. Because Kenyans vote in these politicians who go and make our country sink. So Kenyans are the ones first that need to take accountability. Kwa nini sisi tunavotia wase wana make country yetu Iran ni kama hatujasoma na tumesoma. Our country is being run by doctors, PhDs, and people that have degrees, and you're like, is this that education that you are being given is bad? We need to change the education, or is it that the person that is being educated from the beginning has been bad and education cannot save them?
Yes. How can we ensure that we have inclusivity amongst all people so that they can be involved in this conversation?
I think we don't just limit conversations on the formal sector. They say there's formal education, informal education and non-formal. So si lazima tuseme ati hii education lazima ufunzwe shule. Wewe na maboys mkikaa chini, jiulizeni maswali. By the way, hii mambo ya SGR inashindanga ikilipiwa, kwani inalipwa hadi mwaka gani inaisha? We need to start having conversations other than entertainment in our either formal groups or non-formal groups. So if you are able to bring the informalness to the conversations that are happening, it's easier. Because that means you don't even need mobilizations kama ni informal. Nyi mko hapo mnakula jaba yenyu, mnasema leo tutaongelea football, leo tunaongelea politics za Kenya. Unaelewa? Tukwe country specific, tuongelea mashida zetu. Hadi ile siku tuko like by the shida tunakuwa tukiongelea ndio solution hapa. Yes.
So una think basi unajua sometimes wasemaga my youth si hawajui. They know. Yeah? But somebody akozile za talk about it, what next? Where do you think then the system is failing us or the government is failing us in terms of including us in the conversation?
I think also many spaces I walk into, they say the youths are not interested. Actually, because we do not go. Misema, to give up. Because we give up, we'll give them a chance to run the country how they want. So hata ukiwa frustrated, tuko included, the conversation doesn't have us in interest, we do it tena na tena, kila siku tunakuwa included. Lazima tukue part of conversation bana. Ukisikia Bomas wanafanya kitu ya okoa uchumi, we tokea, tafuta fare, kama hapo usikize conversation. Ukisikia kuna event different na wanafanya vitu kama hizo, tokea, because atutokeangi, tuongee ukweli. Most of the time atutokei, tuanze kutokea sasa.
How then can we hold then our leaders accountable? Na sasa tumeibonga, tumeongea mtaa, tukadiscuss, tukajua ya kweli maze kuna shida na hapa SGR. Tumeattend hizi forums zote. How now can we be able to hold our leaders accountable so that now we can be able to solve this issue of public debts?
I think accountability, kitu ya kwanza ni tunakuanga na independent organizations zenye zinafadi kuwa hold accountable. Ndio tuko na AAC, tuko na ODPP, like the offices are already there. and nothing is happening. So that means itafika time tutaanza kusegregate. Unaona huyu politicians anakamingi tu hapa anatudanganya, hatutaki story zake, wakita hizo meetings zao no one is coming. Don't need to be clapping for people who are doing nothing. If they are coming to our villages to launch something as minute that actually transport ya kukuja hapo is more expensive than the project they are launching, it doesn't make sense. So itabidi kitu ya kwanza tusiwape attention yetu, we move our attention away from them to things that matter, because that's the only option we have if EACC is failing us, if all these other processes are failing us, because how else will you hold them accountable if EACC haifollow watu wa corruption, if DPP anaenda alafu unasikia kuna withdraw, kuna quito, if justice system unasikia kuna corrupt judges, tutaenda wapi by the way? So ni sisi tuseme by the way, because we cannot fight the system, we'll create another system. So we segregate everyone that's for the other system, tuende na wase wenye wanafanya the best. Yes.
Yeah, so we had the president aliongea during the dialogue with the journalist, akasema kwamba they are trying to privatize some of these institutions in order to fund us, ndio ipunguze taxes na iweze kupay some of the public debt that we have. Do you think privatization of institution is something that is going to work?
Unajua wanasemanga tukiprivatize inaenda kwa mkono ya nani, si ndio? Kama politicians ndio wataweza kubuy hizi private institutions, do you see like there's gonna be change anywhere? They're gonna exempt from tax. They've been tax exempting themselves all along. So to go up hizi institutions, what do they do? What are tax exempt? Mimi niko like, if ni kitu yenye haijakuwa ikileta profit na tujakuwa tukitumia probably, but if it's something that we as citizens of Kenya use and brings revenue, let's not privatize it. So if it doesn't bring benefits, do that. If it does, don't. And then like the KICC issue, someone was saying it's actually not about the KICC structure, it's about the land. Do you know how rich, how expensive that piece of land in KICC?
It's between the cities.
And it's big. Yeah. So we have like to check, is it you're privatizing or you're going against, mnataka kuiba resources in a way of privatizing? Because we need to understand. Mimi nasema kwanza tupewe public education, privatization inakuanga nini? What does it entail? Grounds za privatization ni gani? Na tukiweza privatize alafu tuone hiyo process ilikuwa na shida, tunaweza recall aje hiyo process tena. Yes.
Yeah, so your call to action today ni nini?
Call to action ni nisema at personal capacity, una take initiative. Soma. But then najua education will change. Usema ukifunza mind yako within a short time inaanza kukuambia hii ndio pattern yako. So tuende we speak goodness about Kenya, because I was at a conference and then all the people you hear talk bad about Africa. You'll never hear a white person talking about ghettos in US. You will never hear, it's just about us. So we need to change the narrative. How do we change the narrative? Kama vile umesema nyinyi mna document success stories, we start doing that. Call for action at your own initiative. Go and read those articles zenye zina govern kama privatization, zina govern kama economy. Hiyo 223 imeshinda ikisema hapa leo, article 203. So let's make education our own initiative. Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Asante.
Tunaona, tunasikia na tutabonga. The voice.